Imagine you're walking home, it's past midnight, the streets are empty. The kind of quiet that feels wrong, like the world is holding its breath, and then you hear it. A sound faint at first, like a ring deep inside your earth, not from outside, but from somewhere inside your skull. A high sharp stone that's built slowly, your vision blurs, that's the edge your legs feel heavy. Something in your gut tells you to run, but you can't, because somewhere behind you, bar above rooftop fell, something is already watching you, and it's hungry. Today we talk about Gashadokuro, the starving skeleton, one of the most terrifying yokai in all Japanese folklore, and the one that most people in the West have never heard of. In ancient Japan, where West contents famine was not rare, it was a recurring nightmare that swept through entire regions. People starved not just one or two, but thousands, and many people of those die alone in the fields, in ditches by the roadside, their body left unburied, their soul unable to rest. In Japanese spiritual belief, a soul that dies in agony, in rage, or in starvation, and is not properly mourned, not properly buried, becomes something called a Kyo, a vengeful spirit, a thing made entirely of bitterness and resolved pain. Now imagine one of those spirits, not 10, not 100, imagine dozens of starving souls, all dying in the same region, all left unburied, all consuming with the same rage, the rage of being forgotten. Over time, those spirits merge, they pull together a little dark water, their bones scatter across battlefield, rotting in fields, are drawn toward each other and from the coverings rise Goshadaku. The name itself tells you what it is. Gasha, from the sound of rattling bones. Doku, skull, the rattling skull, clattering bones. It is a 15 times the age of the human being. Think about that for a second. 15 times, that's roughly 30 meters tall. The height of a 10-story building, a skeleton the size of skyscraper, assembled from the remains of the forgotten dead, driven by their collective hunger and rage, wandering always, and it does do not rest. It cannot rest not until that hunger, that centuries old bone deep hunger. It picks you up, crushes you in giant fist, and bites off your head. Not for sustenance, it has no stomach, no for malice, it has no mind, only hunger. Imprinted to so deeply into those assembled bones that it plays out again and again forever, and an infinite loop for starvation translate into violence. And here's the part that actually chill me. You cannot kill it. Gashadokuro cannot be harmed by conventional means, no weapon, fire, no army. It simply wanders until its spiritual energy dissipates, which can take years or decades. Your only real protection, certainly strip of paper bearing, sacred Shinto or Buddhist inspiration, and honestly, the best protection is a don't be alone at night in a place where people once starved. Gashadokuro isn't just a monster, it's a metaphor. and is one of the most powerful metaphors in the Japanese folklore. Every culture has a monster born from a trauma. Every culture builds a myth around the things it fears most: death, disease, violence, lost control. But Gashadokuro is built specifically around the negative, around the being forgotten. Is in Japanese culture, the proper rites of death rather than a mortality. A funeral is not just a formality, it is a moral obligation. The dead must be grieved, their names must be spoken, their bodies must be handled with care. To die and be left unmourned and buried unclean, that is considered one of the worst possible fates. And so, Gashadokuro is the embodiment of death's failure. Is that happen when society abandons its death. When war is too messy and too large and too indifferent to leave anyone behind to grieve properly. When thousands of people die not as individuals but as number, then and that number is eventually forgotten. So next time you hear ringing in your ears, that sudden sharp tone with no explanation, maybe it's nothing tinnitus, pressure change, tired nervous, or maybe, just maybe, somewhere above you in the dark, where the air isn't in and the moonlight can reach. Something very old and very hungry. Just notice you were alone. Gashadokuro doesn't chase. It doesn't need to. It has time in the world. It's been working for 1,000 years already. I hope you enjoy watching to my first video. So the next time, and good night.